Welcome back. Sully opened at the box office this weekend, and our Matt Perrin went to check it out. Here's his Monday movie musings.
Welcome to another Monday. As you may or may not know, every year right before the Oscars, I do a review of all the Best Picture nominees. And without fail, every September or October, Tom Hanks is in a based on a true story movie that I don't see, and it gets nominated. And I'm always struggling right around Oscar time to find it so I can do an Oscar review on it. Well, this year I'm cutting that off at the pass. But it just so happens that this year's Tom Hanks based on a true story film was #1 at the box office this weekend, and it had the 5th highest September opening. So without any further ado, here's my take on Sully. Our film begins in the immediate aftermath of the miracle on the Hudson, where Captain Chesley Sullenberger saved all 155 lives on his plane when he was able to land it safely on the Hudson River. Sully, portrayed by Tom Hanks, is being hailed a hero by the passengers, the media, and the world, and he is not prepared for the fame. He and his first officer, Jeff Skiles, portrayed by Aaron Eckhart, are having trouble sleeping and suddenly find out that the NTSB are conducting an investigation that may put their careers in jeopardy. The pair go back and forth between being gushed over on national TV to being grilled in aviation interviews, determined to put the fault with them. As the movie progresses, we get to see flashbacks to the actual incident. From many different angles, we see the daily lives of different passengers arriving to the flight that day, along with Sully himself arriving that morning. We get to see the view from the cockpit as the whole incident unfolds. From takeoff through landing, 208 seconds later, we witness all events from the cockpit perspective to the passengers, to the air traffic controllers, to witnesses in the city, and to the first responders heading out to rescue everybody on board. We see all angles, yet also have to witness the almost witch hunt-like investigation into the water landing. With the investigation coming to an end, we see a man who used 40 years of expertise to save everyone on his plane start to question his own judgment. Computer simulations are saying his judgment was off, and human simulations may reveal the same. We wait to see exactly how the hearings will turn out, because even though we all remember the miracle on the Hudson, this is the story behind it that none of us really know. So, like I said before, this is one of those movies that you know going in may be in line for an Oscar nomination, especially when you find out it's directed by Clint Eastwood, and it has everything that you would expect it to have. All of the performances are spot on, especially Tom Hanks. It kind of makes you wonder if he just took the real Sully and made him hang out for like 6 months or so. The story is incredibly well told, and the non-sequential order of it just tells it that much better. But like I said before, everyone pretty much remembers the miracle on the Hudson. It was only 7 years ago, and although that part of the story is visually stimulating, exciting, and incredibly suspenseful, we know that he lands the plane safe and that everyone survives. It's fun to watch, but that's not the meat of the story. What makes it really good is that no one really knew what went on behind the scenes of the investigation. And as you're watching it, you can't help but wonder how it's going to turn out, because it was never public knowledge. All in all, the film is entertaining from all aspects. And I'm not sure if it will be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar, but based on the patterns of recent years, I'd say it has a pretty good chance. If so, at least I'm ahead of the game. Well, this has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, looks pretty good. Thanks, Matt.